Department of Government Efficiency. Initiate analysis. Observe bureaucratic procedures. Analyze resource allocation. Note the prevalence of interdepartmental memos. Evaluate the efficacy of standardized forms. Consider the strategic deployment of staplers. Proceed with measured expectations. Now let's translate this into suburban terms. The Homeowners Association meeting. Observe the meticulous review of Bylaw 3.2, subsection C, regarding acceptable patio furniture placement. Analyze the distribution of meeting minutes. Note the strategic deployment of decorative font choices. Evaluate the effectiveness of the suggestion box. Consider the measured enthusiasm of the attendees. Speaking of efficiency, consider the process of scheduling a plumber. One must navigate a labyrinth of automated phone menus, endure extended hold times, and ultimately negotiate a service window that coincides with peak lawn mowing hours. It's a masterclass in bureaucratic red tape. Let's discuss the intricacies of recycling. One must meticulously sort plastics, papers, and cardboard, adhering to the ever-changing guidelines of the Municipal Waste Management Authority. It's a complex algorithm, and one misplaced yogurt container can trigger a cascade of suburban disapproval. Now let's explore the realm of neighborhood watch meetings. Observe the detailed reports of suspicious activity such as a vehicle parked on the wrong side of the street or a squirrel exhibiting unusual behavior. Analyze the distribution of crime prevention pamphlets. Note the strategic placement of neighborhood watch signs. Evaluate the measured effectiveness of the volunteer patrol. Consider the challenge of obtaining a building permit. One must navigate a maze of zoning regulations, submit detailed architectural plans, and endure a series of inspections. It's a bureaucratic obstacle course designed to test the limits of suburban patience. And speaking of patience, let's discuss the process of renewing a driver's license. Observe the lengthy queues, the outdated computer systems, and the mandatory vision tests. Analyze the distribution of waiting room magazines. Note the measured efficiency of the government-issued ballpoint pens. Let's discuss the meticulous art of organizing the garage. Observe the labeled bins, the neatly arranged tools, and the strategic placement of holiday decorations. Analyze the inventory of spare light bulbs. Note the measured satisfaction of a well-organized workspace. Consider the complexity of filling out tax forms. One must decipher cryptic instructions, calculate deductions, and navigate a labyrinth of schedules and forms. It's a bureaucratic puzzle designed to test the limits of suburban arithmetic. And speaking of arithmetic, let's discuss the process of balancing the household budget. Observe the meticulous tracking of expenses, the strategic allocation of funds, and the measured calculation of savings. Analyze the impact of fluctuating grocery prices. Note the measured optimism of coupon clipping. Let's analyze the process of planning a family vacation. Observe the meticulous research of destinations, the strategic booking of flights and accommodations, and the measured coordination of travel itineraries. Analyze the packing of suitcases. Note the measured anticipation of a relaxing getaway. Consider the challenge of scheduling a doctor's appointment. One must navigate a network of phone lines, endure extended hold times, and ultimately negotiate a time slot that aligns with the doctor's measured availability. It's a medical scheduling labyrinth. And speaking of labyrinths, let's discuss the process of navigating the local supermarket. Observe the strategic placement of products, the measured flow of shoppers, and the ever-present challenge of avoiding the checkout line with the overflowing cart. Analyze the distribution of shopping carts. Note the measured efficiency of the self-checkout lanes. Consider the intricacies of setting up a home network. One must configure routers, troubleshoot connectivity issues, and navigate the ever-evolving landscape of Wi-Fi passwords. It's a technological, measured endeavor. Let's examine the complexities of neighborhood watch email chains. Observe the measured flow of information, the strategic use of reply all, and the occasional measured outburst regarding misplaced recycling bins. Analyze the distribution of spam filters. Note the measured effectiveness of the unsubscribe button. Consider the process of attempting to use a public restroom. Observe the broken soap dispensers, the overflowing paper towel receptacles, and the measured presence of hand dryers that emit a lukewarm breeze. It's a sanitation measured experience. And speaking of experiences, let's discuss the annual neighborhood block party. Observe the measured enthusiasm of the attendees, the strategic placement of lawn chairs, and the measured consumption of potato salad. Analyze the distribution of paper plates. Note the measured success of the three-legged race. Consider the challenge of explaining the concept of opportunity cost to a teenager. Observe the blank stare, the measured hesitation, and the eventual request for a ride to the mall. It's an economic measured lesson. Let's analyze the process of attempting to assemble flat pack furniture. Observe the cryptic instructions, the missing hardware, and the measured frustration of the assembler. Analyze the distribution of Allen wrenches. Note the measured likelihood of leftover pieces. Consider the existential dread of the Sunday afternoon trip to the home improvement store. Observe the crowded aisles, the measured selection of paint samples, and the inevitable purchase of something you don't need. It's a suburban, measured ritual